Hi, hello, welcome to Invest. This is Dikshita. We are on this platform, of course, yes, to reach you out, guys, and also to educate investors and also non investors too. The major grounds of making these videos is to give more knowledge about mutual fund and also about personal finances too. And basically this series of videos will be based on basics of mutual fund, which everyone must have to know. And in the further videos we also elaborate more topics about mutual fund and also about personal finances. Stay tuned for that. Let's welcome our speaker, Mr. Surendra Lakshman Rao, founder and CEO at Invest, who has a rich experience and knowledge as a personal finance professional, also a certified fintech professional from IIM Ahmedabad. As I already mentioned, this series will be a basics of mutual fund. So let's begin with what is mutual fund and how actually it works.
Mutual fund is basically a vast subject. Okay, so covering in a couple of minutes is very difficult. However, Nishita, I will give it in a broad picture how actually mutual fund works. So mutual fund, the name itself suggests that mutual fund, it has been pooled by a lot of investors for a single investment objective, and it will be invested through a fund manager. The fund manager is a person who is expert in where to invest that money, and that will be that fund manager is hired by the mutual fund companies. We call it as asset management companies. That fund manager takes the money, invests into the securities, for example, stocks or gold, or it can be bonds. So those securities will generate some amount of return. So that return will be passed on to the investor after deducting the fees and charges. Okay, this is a practical 360 degree of a mutual fund. So mutual fund itself is a fund which is created by investors for the purpose of some common objective. For example, children's education. So children's plan has been built. So a lot of investors who are looking for children's plan will pump in the money. The money is going to the respective mutual fund company. The mutual fund company will give that money to the fund manager. He invests that money into their equity or debt or gold, which are depending upon that, and then generation of return will happen. From there, automatically the money will come back to the investor as a return. This is the practical 360 degree of mutual fund. This is how it actually works.
As many investors initially ask, they want to invest in SIP but not in mutual fund. What is SIP and how it is different from mutual fund?
Okay. So Dikshita, it is very simple. So you are talking about SIP and mutual fund. Actually, SIP is a concept or it's a tool to invest some money into different asset classes. So SIP can be done in stocks, it can be done in bank FD, it can be done in mutual funds also. Mutual fund is a instrument where you invest. SIP is a tool to invest in mutual funds. So SIP is basically means systematic investment plan, where you'll be investing certain amount of money for a certain period of time with a certain frequency. That means either you're investing 1,000 rupees monthly, quarterly, yearly, or weekly, whichever comfortable you are, for a certain period of time, 5 year, 10 year, 2 year, depending upon the requirement of you. Okay, so that is called systematic investment plan. So this can be utilized. So we have the systematic investment plan concept for many years. So there is a concept of recurring deposit and post office MIS. These are two popular investment instruments in India which exist for many years. So we call it as recurring deposit is RD and post office MIS. A lot of investors are investing in post office MIS and RD monthly basis. Afterwards, LIC came. LIC also give you monthly premium option. So these are 3 important options. So what you can look at it, SIP is a tool to invest in mutual fund, and mutual fund, what I explained earlier is a question. What is mutual fund? The mutual fund is a pool of money where people can invest their money. Hope I am able to answer your question.
If somebody decided to invest in mutual fund, what are all the documents and procedure to start this investment? And is Demat account is compulsory to start as investment?
Practically, I'll take your second question first. Okay, so first of all, Demat account is not mandatory to invest in mutual funds. So there are 2 options available, whether you can invest through Demat and you can also invest through physical. Okay, we recommend investors to choose physical or Demat mode, whichever they want. But physical mode is easier because you don't need to go to the broker to sell or repurchase or do anything. So, but investing through physical form is very easy. So, if you go dematerialization is a process where you have to go to the broker to sell and buy. So, this is the difference with respect to the documents required for mutual funds. So it's a very simple documentation. There's a concept of KYC, know your customer. It's very simple. KYC is a process of giving you a PAN, address proof, and bank details. If you give this information, automatically your KYC is created. Once KYC is created, you can able to invest in mutual funds comfortably. So that's a simple way to invest. So it's not complex. Most of people think it is very complex. Practically, it is not so complex. And definitely, we'll happy to help you if somebody is want to invest.
Yeah, definitely. Now I'm convinced to invest in mutual fund. How to invest and where to invest?
Okay, so since you are convinced to investing in mutual funds, as we mentioned before, so you can do your KYC for the first time to invest, okay, and then you can invest through us. That's two options available to you in a simple straight answer. However, I know you have a thought process, how safe is mutual fund? So that I believe that's a question most of people have. So safety point of view, so there is a regulatory behind it. Okay, regulatory basically means Reserve Bank of India for banks, IRDA for insurance companies. Similarly, there is a Security Exchange Board of India, it's called SEBI, which is there for mutual fund companies. So any mutual fund company in India is highly regulated through Security Exchange Board of India, SEBI. Okay, so if any problem is happening, so automatically SEBI will intervene, and they always work towards the best interest of the investor. Okay, so that's why safety point of view, how your RD is safe. I'm talking about safety point of view. I'm not talking about guarantee. I'm talking about safety. Okay, so safety point of view, how your RD is safe in bank, how your post office MIS is safe in investing in post office. Similarly, investing in mutual fund is also safe. Okay, so choosing which mutual fund, that we can, it's a different debatable topic, we can talk separately. But from the point of view of safety, so mutual funds are definitely safe to invest. That's why Government of India itself is spending money and running a campaign called Mutual Fund Sahi Hai. So it is definitely Sahi Hai to few people who invest.
Okay, how invest help us if my KYC is not done?
See, we do a lot of things actually. Let me give you a broad picture about it. Okay, so we actually help retail investors or any investor who never invested in mutual funds by helping do digital KYC. So we have a platform, we do have people to support people to do KYC here. And how different we are, okay, I'll tell you, selecting mutual fund is the biggest task. The biggest task is that you cannot go to Google and search which is the best mutual fund. The practicality problem here is that last year's best mutual fund is not this year's best mutual fund. Okay, so each time it keeps changing. So you need to focus on a lot of parameters to decide a fund. So at Invest, we have an algorithm and we have a serious people at board who are helping you to choose those funds. And also it's very important to exit the fund also. So certain time situations where we have to call the customer and inform them to exit the fund. Okay, so you go to any media, everybody talks about where to invest, where to invest. They nobody tell you when to exit. So we believe that many investors, we give them a caution. So we give information at least to exit when the objective has been met. So that's how we are going to help us. So, and apart from that, I think integrity of the distribution is also necessary. We are also AMFI registered mutual fund distributor. We have a license from AMFI to distribute mutual funds. So we stick to the basic rule, okay, and we are very, very boring, and we make sure that customers are being impacted for their long-term goals. Hope I'm able to answer the question.
Yes, sir. Now we are aware how to invest in mutual fund from previous videos. How safe to invest online?
Okay, so we basically operate online. Okay, so this concept is being forcefully introduced by ourselves after COVID. Okay, so before COVID, there was a physical application, everything was available. So the safety point of view, we do KYC online, we do investments online, we do withdrawals also online, we do SIP, everything, all mutual fund transactions will be done online. So we have to answer your question, what at Invest we have done is we have partnered with world's biggest exchange, National Stock Exchange, India. Okay, so they are the partners with us where we do transactions through them. Because as you are aware, as I mentioned, it is one of the biggest exchanges in the world. They manage millions of transactions in few seconds. So I'm sure our transactions should not be get misspelled or any misuse should happen. So we are not using our servers to do the transactions. We are utilizing National Stock Exchange as a platform to do the investment. So safety point of view, definitely it has been there. And with respect to the banking system, now it has been completely online, net banking, UPI nowadays, and everything is becoming digital. So it is necessary for to invest in mutual fund. However, investing in mutual fund through online or offline doesn't have any difference. Okay, it acts exactly same. Okay, so we also insist investors to come forward and invest online because it is very easy to do it. Okay, how it is not as difficult as going to office and filling an application form, giving a check. It doesn't exist today. You can do it using UPI also. So of course my team will help you when somebody has a doubt. We'll definitely help you in doing the transaction in a simplified manner.
Each one has a different goal and different objectives. Can mutual fund fit to all those goals and objectives?
The answer is yes. Okay. So the mutual fund comes with three categories of risk and three categories of investing. So we call it as investment horizon. How long the investor is investing. The combination of this will act as a major filter for us also to choose a fund. Okay, to give it to the investors. So you can choose mutual fund for very, very short term. We call it as ultra short term. You can choose for medium term. You can choose for short term, and you can also use for long term. Depending upon the term and suitability, you can choose the risk also. So mutual fund comes with a very, very low risk, medium risk, and high risk, and very high risk. So this has been simplified by SEBI. Okay, so with a riskometer. There is a meter available with the every fund. So what is the risk from very low risk to very high risk? Okay. So the investment philosophy or the person who is buying an investment through us, we always have a standard question to ask. What is your investment horizon? How long you want to invest? What is the purpose of the investment? And also we'll ask the question that what kind of risk you can take. Okay. So few questions we ask which will determine what kind of risk you can take. We call it as risk profiling. So understanding the risk profile of the customer, age, and lot of other factors, we decide and will give incidental advice to you saying that what is the horizon you can choose and what is the investment. If you take the bottom line, mutual fund can fit for 1 day to 100 years. Any period, customer can invest. So it will fit to everybody with a medium risk, low risk to high risk, any person.
Many investors often have this doubt. What is the right time to invest and what is the right time to exit? What is your view on that?
You're talking about mutual funds?
Yes.
Okay. So with respect to mutual funds, this is the most commonly asked question even since my career started. Okay, even till date. And wherever I go, wherever we meet people, in all conferences, we do a lot of investor education programs. The same question is asked: when is the right time to invest? So simple way, if you look at the legends who are investors in the world and in India, like Rakesh Joshi, Warren Buffett, they say you should start investing as early as possible. Okay, because it's necessary for you to invest, and you should exit when you reach your goal. Okay, so I'm not talking about you have to invest in equity only. I said you have to start investing as once you start working. I will answer this question in a different way. There's a lot of people do not know about the difference between savings and investing. Okay, most of people do save, they don't invest. So if you really want to attain a financial freedom, it is necessary for you to invest. So start as early as possible. A 1 or 2 year early can actually give you financial freedom in a much better way. There's a concept of power of compounding. I think we can discuss in the future videos. But when to start investing? The day you start working, start investing from that day. Either in a systematic investment plan, SIP way, or you can invest one time whenever you have money. Followed by when to exit. Either you reach a goal, or if the fund is not doing well, which we also help a lot of investors to exit the fund. And also when necessary, when the fund manager has changed or any parameter has been changed, or your financial cycle has been changed, or your financial goals have been changed, you can do the alterations. Otherwise, I think you should keep your mutual fund portfolio very, very boring, which will definitely make money for you. So, hope you able to answer the question.
Yes, okay. Now I choose Invest as my mutual fund distributor. How to track my investment?
So, Dishita, we have a web platform. Okay, we have not intentionally given an app in the current stage because tracking of mutual fund should not be a daily basis process. So we are looking for investors to look for long-term or goal-based investing. So we do have a platform where you can come to www.invest.in, invest.in, and you put your mobile number, you get a OTP. If you log into the platform, you'll be able to see your investments, what all you have done. It is also very, very simple. We have made only very simple. What is your investment amount? What is the fund value? How much money you have made out of that? And what is the return you have made? Okay. So the purpose of this platform tracker we have given is because every time when you invest, as per the regulation of SEBI, every mutual fund company has to send a statement of account to you. Also, from our end, we have, as I mentioned in the before videos, that we have tied up with, as a partnership with National Stock Exchange. Every transaction you do, we also share a communication to you, because without authorization of customer, we will not be able to do any transaction. Every transaction you get a transparency, which is what transaction has been done, what time it has been executed, and it will be available to you by email. Okay. However, if you want to track the portfolio, you can come to our platform. You can be able to see it. Other way around also, SEBI has given option to RTS to give a statement of account consolidated. We call it as consolidated account statement. Okay. We go to CAMS or Carvi. You can punch the transactions. The link is available in the description. For existing investors who are already invested, not even with us, so they can click on that link and they can generate the statement of account. If they still want any help from us, there's a WhatsApp link available in the description. You click on that WhatsApp link and share the PAN number. Our team will help you out. What is the investments you have, and we will consider and give it to you. And if necessary, you can transfer it to a change of broker code can be done, and it will be transferred to us also. So we are transparent enough to give data to the customers. However, if you still want any information, just as I mentioned before, WhatsApp link is available. Click on the WhatsApp link and you ask for a query, we will be able to answer it.
Thank you for your thoughts, sir. We'll appreciate your time. We also have shared our company website and phone number in the description. You can contact for more queries. If you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, do subscribe and also click on the bell icon so that you will get notified for our further videos. Thank you for watching.